Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Ocho, Micah Parsons was reportedly viewed by some Cowboys teammates as egotistical and self-centered.
Man.
Hold on. Sports Illustrated, Albert Breer reports Martin, Lamb, and Prescott are very popular in the locker room. That's Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. That's not the case with Parsons, who has rankled teammates in different ways, seen by some as egotistical and self-centered. His podcast, which we knew, Ocho, has created issues too, and they go all the way up to the quarterback, Dak Prescott. We said that we would start hearing negative comments about Michael. Ocho, what did I tell you? We just had this. When we had this conversation, I said, Ocho, now pretty soon you're gonna start hearing negative comments about Michael sleeping at that locker room. I said, it's coming, Ocho. I know it's coming. But I always felt, because here's the thing, Ocho. You do a podcast.
Yes, sir.
You lose. The first thing they're gonna say, if you get your ass off the podcast and practice and study your play, you win games. In order for your podcast, you got to be interesting, you got to be entertaining. So you got to take shots at other people. And, I think there was a situation, wasn't they talking about quarterbacks and he didn't have Dak in his top 5 or something like that?
I remember that.
So, I get it. I don't have a I think the thing is, Ocho, a lot of people want to get on the media, going to get in the media space, and they're trying to create that medium now. But you have to be careful. You really have to be careful. I tell guys, look, if CBS or Fox or NBC calls you and they ask you, go do it on your bye week.
Right.
Go to your local news station. Talk sports. Talk to the guy that does sport. That's what I did when I was in Denver. I had a local radio show. But when they called me, hey, I would go do highlights.
Right.
Do something. But this podcast, I mean, you have to be careful. And plus, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Ocho. Everybody is not going to be liked in a locker room. I don't care how great you are. There are going to be some people that you're going to rub the wrong way. You don't talk too much. You're standoffish. You don't talk enough. You don't ingratiate yourself to the locker room. So everybody is not going to be beloved. That's okay. That's okay. But I knew this podcast would cause an issue. Go ahead, Ocho.
It shouldn't have. There's no reason it should cause the issues. Anything Micah decides to do outside of the game of football, when he's not playing, when he's not in meetings, when he's not playing a game, it's all for it. I'm all for it. If you know Micah, if you met him personally, you understand he's a very playful, fun-loving guy. He's a likable person. He's not in the type of player that you can not like, or one of those people who come to work and it's strictly business. He doesn't associate with you. No, he's friendly. So again, when things like this come out, of course, those who might not like him are those who probably don't do their goddamn job on Sundays at 1 o'clock. I bet you that. Those who don't like him are the ones who don't show up like he showed up the past 4 years and doing what he's supposed to do and being one of the few who's had 12 sacks in the last 4 years at his position. I guarantee you that. Let's pull up the stats for the people or the person that's in that locker room that claims they don't like him. And I guarantee you it doesn't live up to the standard at their position that he lives up to at his. I bet you that. It's always some hating ass shit. I'm sorry. It's always someone that's not frowned upon, someone else who's doing something outside of the building, but they handles their business inside of the building, especially in between the lines. That's it.
It is. But I'm not surprised. I'm sure there are a lot of people that like me in Denver. Some didn't. Some people like me in Baltimore. Some didn't. I guess some a little more now than others, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Ocho, Cincinnati.
That threw me for a loop. That threw me for a loop. I know. But I'm just,
It threw a lot of people for a loop, Ocho.
Yeah.
But look, it's over with now. And let's go to that right here. So because Just add some layers to it. Just a week ago, Dak said he was confident Parsons would be on the field for the Cowboys matchup week 1. Well, Dak has a new tune since Michael got dealt. I definitely think he was going to get I definitely didn't think he was going to get traded, but just the way their negotiations went down, obviously to some extent, hell, y'all were asking me questions. Remember, I said that's how it becomes a distraction because you're not asking me about the game, you're asking me about Michael's contract.
Exactly.
Hell, y'all was asking me questions. It seemed like it had gotten personal, which we said that it had become personal, and so that's why I wasn't surprised. Yeah, I told you, it's Jerry's ego. Now, it came out today that Deron Bland got a contract extension.
Yeah,
but did you hold on?
Well deserved.
But they had been working with his representative since offseason. Jake Ferguson got a deal. They had been working with his representative all offseason. They're trying to get Tyler Smith done. They're working with his representative. You see here, Ocho? You see how Jerry's ego wouldn't let him work with Micah's agent because I'm going to show you I do what I want to do. And if you want to do a deal here, you're going to do it my way. Yeah. So if you work with all of those guys' representative, he worked with CD's representative, he worked with Dak's representative. I just listed 3 guys' representative that he worked with. But for some reason, he was unwilling to work with Micah's representative.
Yeah, he took that friendship and those conversations to heart. He took those those conversations and that friendship to heart. And Micah split that right down the middle. Listen, I play for your team. You sign my checks. But when it comes to conducting business, you're going to have to talk to my representation, even after whatever handshake or whatever words might have been exchanged. That's not the way contracts work. That's not the way business works. You were trying to undermine Micah Parsons. You were trying to pay him not what he's worth, obviously, because he mentioned about what he was offering, but the offering that he was paying Micah to make him the highest paid was before TJ Watt got paid. It was before Myles Garrett got paid.
And plus, he said, "I will make you the highest paid," but you added years. You added a year to it.
Trying to be slick.
Myles Garrett got 4 years, 160. No, bro, I'm not going to let you do that. I shook your hand, but I told you, call my agent, call my representative. You won't call the representative back?
No.
You try, nah. They told you, no, we don't. You want to do a 5-year plus the option, that's 6 years. Right. Most agents want to keep that thing 4 plus the 1 because I want another bite at this. Now, because once Micah contract, once his that 136 guaranteed money, so within the first 3 years, he's not going to have any more guaranteed money, the back end, Ocho. So now, and plus, that means his cap number is going to be extremely high because I get to prorate that 120 over a 5-year period. So I try to divvy it up equally. But at the back end, those last couple of years, Ocho, that thing gonna be high as a giraffe head.
Oh yeah.
So now I come back to the table. Well, 6 years. Nah, Michael says, "Hey, I'm 26. I can get another bite of this apple at 30." Oh, y'all have to see your boy at 30. 30, come on now. But that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, hold on. What you mean they talk to Deron Bland's representative? What do you mean they talk to Jake Ferguson's representative? What do you mean they're looking to talk to Tyler Smith's representative? Right. Micah just asked to talk to my representative. No, we had a deal. No, we didn't. I shook your hand and told you. Call my agent.
Right.
He knew what the agent was going to say.
Oh, he know. Hey, wait, the supposedly the best agent in the game? Oh, you know exactly what he was going to say. You knew exactly. You can't pull a fast one on the agent.
Right.
Pull a fast one on the player.
Yeah, because he looking at Michael's looking at Ocho. He looking at that, man, 200 million, Ocho?
Oh, no. See, it looked good. It looked good. But the agent got a magnifying glass. Let me peel back some of these layers to this 200 million you talking about. See,
I got light on. I got light. You know what I'm saying? It was dark in the room, Ocho. I can't see. I need to.
Yeah.
You go to these restaurants, Ocho, and they hand you the menu. I pull out my phone right quick, put that light on. And, look at these prices. Damn.
Hey, it never, ever seems what they say it is. Never. That's why you need representation.
That's it.
gotta
I'm
go
not Ocho.
forward.
I'm not saying we've seen guys. We see Lamar and his mom, and with the help of with an NFLPA lawyer, do the contract themselves. But they made it abundantly clear: we're not hiring representation. We'll do something hourly. We'll get an NFLPA. We saw Bobby Wagner do that. We saw Sherm do his own contract. Okay, if the guy says I'm doing my own contract, I got no problem with that. You can. The owner, the general manager, can work directly with the player. You see Shea Gilgeous. Now, it's a lot easier in basketball because you either getting a max or damn near close to a max deal. Right. So Shea says, I'm not going to hand over 3-4% when I already know I'm going to get the max.
Right.
Got it. But in the NFL, hey, Lamar says, I feel I can go it alone. That 3%, I can keep that in my pocket. And when you're dealing with that kind of money, 3% don't seem like much. When you start dealing $100, $200, $300 million, 3% is a damn lot of money.
A lot of money.
A whole lot of money. So with that being said, he knew Michael had representation. Mm-hmm. Now, he worked with everybody else's representation. Now, if that's if what I read was correct, it said they've been working with Deron Bland's representation all offseason. Same thing with Jake Ferguson, and they're working with Tyler Smith, trying to get something done now. We know they worked with Dak Prescott. He's the highest paid. He didn't do a deal directly with Dak. He worked with Todd France, who's the CD's agent. He worked with that, but for some reason, I just need to know why was he so unwilling to work with David Muguleta? I just need somebody to explain that to me.
Also, probably understand maybe he didn't want to pay Micah all along. Maybe he didn't want to pay Micah all along, understanding that he had other deals coming off the table, like Deron Bland or whatever he's getting ready to do with Jake Ferguson or whoever else they might pay before the season starts.
CAA? Okay, they with CAA. Yeah, but here's the thing, Ocho. If that's the case, if you needed to stop the run, if you didn't like the way Micah was hurt, if you don't think Micah, so why would you negotiate? So why would you want to do a deal with the guy? Right. If he is not what you think he is, or he's not the player, so why would you even try to work a deal with him? Why not just go ahead and trade it? Why not get a draft pick this year?
Mm-hmm. Because he was lying to himself, or he was lying to us, trying to make us believe that he's the reason.
Yes.
Believe like, okay, now he's gone. Well, we let him go because, hey, we need to get better at stopping the run. Child, please. Stop playing.
Yeah. You hadn't been able to stop the run for 4 years. So what you got all those defensive tackles for? You see, the problem that I have is that your defense was not built to stop the run. Your offense was. And Shannon, and people, I know, Chad, you're asking me, say, well, Shannon, what do you mean by that? His offense was built to get the lead. And so now his defense pinned their ears back. They're an undersized defense. And as long as you can keep the game close or you can get the lead, you can pound their ass. Pause. You can run the ball. Because I know what y'all about to say some crazy stuff. So in other words, you can run the ball on them because they're built to play with a lead and get pressure. Now, guess what? They ain't got no lead. They have to stand up in there. And a lot of those guys ain't got a whole lot of bricks in their back pocket. So when you build your team a certain way, well, you build your team with speed, you need to be able to use it. And if you got a team that want to run the football, speed don't help you.
Nah. At all.
So that's one of the things. And look, and people like, well, Dak could have did. No, if I'm Dak, I ain't doing nothing. I'm getting all my money.
Oh, absolutely.
My job. You tell us we're players. Ocho, what they tell us? He's a player. Well, if I'm a player, my job ain't try to figure out the cap. You figure out the cap. You don't pay me extra to work on the cap. You pay me a salary to do what I do on the football field. All that other stuff, it ain't my job to worry about the cap. Well, they got a cap and you can only do so. I ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, you know what else? You know what else works in favor, especially in quarterback positions, especially in Dak's position? There have been other quarterbacks that have been in great situations where the timing of when it's time for them to get paid, there's nowhere else for that team to go.
Right.
There's nowhere else for that team to go to get someone that's competent enough to come in and be quarterback number one. So you ain't got no choice but to pay these young fellas what they owe at the time. You ain't got no choice because there's no other option. Right.
And plus, first of all, I don't trust Jerry. Jerry ain't built nothing in 30 years. So why am I going to leave him money on the table? First of all, this is my really first big bite at the apple. Why am I going to give a guy that's worth $15 billion? Why am I going to give him a discount?
Absolutely not.
Chad, let's just say for the sake of argument, you work for a company and that company is worth $20 billion. And they say, you know what, Charlene, we want to get Pam in HR, but it's going to cost us to go take $15,000 of your money. Well, Charlene ain't going to be in HR because you ain't taking a dime of mine. So, no, you don't give no billionaire no discount. You a millionaire. Now, if the next contract, Dak wants to be generous enough.
Oh, now that's different.
That's
different.
on him. But I feel no obligation to cut you a slack so you can, no, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Not that first one. Not that first one. No, sir.
Because what Jerry say, when CBS, I don't know if you watched this, CBS had the broadcast right. A lot of the other owners, CBS was losing money. A lot of the other owners wanted to keep CBS as the broadcast partner. Jerry said, no, we're not cutting them a deal. We're not going to do it. But see, Jerry refused. Go ask CBS. Go ask NBC. Go ask Fox. Go ask Amazon. Go ask Netflix. Did y'all get a deal with these NFL rights? They didn't get a deal, but they expect players. Well, Shannon, there's a cap. What they got to do with me? Ain't no cap on my bank account.
Right.
My bank account says as much money that'll pour in, we can take it. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because teams will make as much money as they can. Now, it's going to something very, very interesting, Ocho. Now, you watch with these next contracts. Watch around 28. Because these things come due. They come and due, Ocho, about 2020, about 10 years. Watch around 28 when they start doing it.
What?
YouTube going to say, hey, we want some of this. Netflix going to say, hey, man, live programming. We want some of this.
Right.
Amazon say, man. Oh, man, I see what we do. Hey, I see what we doing with these Thursday night games. I see what we do with these Black Friday games. Just imagine we get a whole package. So that 430, that 432, gonna probably be 650. Come 2028, 2029.
Yeah, I'm gonna get me a little piece of that too.
Hey, so I man, please.
Yeah, we're gonna get me a little piece of that. I need to holler at Jeff. I got an interview with Jeff Bezos for a position over at Amazon. So I'm excited to see how that's gonna go.
All right. The Cowboys agreed to terms with cornerback Deron Bland, 4 years, $92 million with an extension of $50 million guaranteed. And Ocho, he got $20 million at the time of signing. Bland averaged $23 million, makes him the 6th highest paid corner in the league. Bland, a one-time Pro Bowler and one-time All-Pro from his 9-interception 23 campaign, in which he delivered a record-setting 5 pick sixes as part of a prolific cornerback duo with Trayvon Diggs. He earned it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He got Nick last year, but his first year, I think he had 5 picks. He turns around, give you 14. He got Nick. Hey, you believe he's your guy? You got a little extra money stashed away since you didn't sign Micah. Hey, we good. They good. I like it.
Yeah, he definitely earned that. I'm excited to see him back. I'm excited to see when Trayvon Diggs comes back. So yeah, I think they defensively, I'm not sure what the Cowboys are going to look like, but they're going to have some bright spots at certain positions. I'm gonna say it like that. They're going to have some bright spots at certain positions.